students. Welcome to the second session of chapter 6. In the chapter 1, we have discussed all the basic operations that we are doing in a calc. Now in this session, we are going to discuss some of the advanced features and formatting options relevant to the calc. We will discuss these options in a calc program, and practically all the things I am going to show you in a Excel program. But remember students, you have to keep the things in your mind that you have to remember the terms that is available in a calc, not in a Excel. So all the dialog box name, all the menus and all the things, the components name you have to remember of a calc program, not of a Excel program. But I am going to show you just how this program and how these concepts are work, because both the programs works very similarly, and most of the things are the same only, commands also same, and some of the dialog box names also same. So that we are going to see now. So let's start the session. So first we will do the quick revision of earlier discussed topics practically. That is, first one is how to freeze the pen. Freeze the pen means the column header will remain as it is when you will scroll down the screen. You can see here, see now I am scrolling down my screen and all the things are gone. So just this column headers are there, but I want to keep my table heading. So field of my table as it is. So whenever my one page will be over, then how I will identify that which data I have to insert in a which field. So for that I will make the column freeze. So first select the column that you want to freeze, and then after go to the view tab. Here you can see the freeze pen option. Just click on the arrow and select the freeze top row. So now this row has been freezed. Just click anywhere to remove the selection, and now you just scroll down your screen. You can see here this your table headings are as it is, and just screen is scrolling down. So whenever your page will finish, you can you can keep your data entry as it is how you were did before. So this is the freeze pen. How to unfreeze this one? Just select it again and freeze pen and select unfreeze pen. So now it is unfreezed again, you can see. Then next thing is how to insert new row and new column. So first you just select column beside which you want to insert a new row or new column. Then after do right click and click on a insert. Then insert entire column and OK. So you can see here one blank column is already here, and here you can give the new heading and you can write it down anything. Now how to insert a new row? Suppose at the fourth position you want to insert a new row, select, go to the do right click and select insert entire row and OK. So now here you can see one blank row is there. So if you forgot any record in between, and later on if you want to add any record, then that is possible by inserting new row anywhere according to your wish. If there is no need, then just right click and simply delete and select entire row and OK. And same as you can delete the extra column as well. Do right click, delete an entire column. So this is just a quick revision that of important topics that we discussed earlier. So I hope you understood. Then after we will begin now our new session. So let's start. So now we will discuss about the autofill tool. This we already discussed in our chapter 5, but let's see it again. We want to display a series of numbers in the continuous manner like 1 to 100. So no need to type it. But whenever you are doing this with the number series, in the to cell it is necessary to type the data. So type 1 and then in the next cell type 2. Then after select both the cells together, and here you just click on the lower right corner. Then this plus sign will come. Keep pressing your left mouse button and drag your mouse downward till the 10 number is not come. So like this autofill, with the autofill the number series will come automatically in a proper sequence. The next example I am showing you, suppose you want the number with the proper number gap. Suppose like 5, then after you want 10. But you just first type 5 only and then after do the autofill. See, it will give you the same numbers again and again. So that is why it is necessary to type the numbers in the two cells when you are typing for the number. So first type 5 and in next cell type 10. Now select both the cells together and then after take your mouse pointer at the lower right corner and then drag it downward. So like this you can type the number series with the proper number of gap according to your wish with the help of autofill. And it will automatically change the cell address also. Suppose you want to do the addition. So for the one cell only we will type the formula, that is equals to B2 plus D2. Then after this. Now for the rest of the cells, here formula also you can copy, and that example only we discussed in the chapter 5. See, now it will automatically show you the addition of rest of the cells. We have applied the formula in one cell only, but it will be copied to the rest of the cells automatically with the help of autofill tool. So here you just observe. It will automatically change the rows and columns address. Suppose see, here the address was B2 and D2. That was already typed by us. Now if you will check, see, the formula is also changed, that is B3 and D3. If you will check the next one, last one, so here also formula is automatically changed by it, that is B11 and D11. So this cell address is known as a relative cell address, that is automatically changed by the Excel program itself. So this is called relative address. Relative means that has been changed whenever we are moving the mouse or whenever we are moving the content from one place to another place, this address will be changed automatically. Suppose you just think I will do the cut and paste. So whenever you will select it and cut, then this type of rectangle will come. And now I am putting it over here and paste. See, then automatically the formula has been changed. And if I will change the address of here, if I will change this one, cut, and if I will paste it here, see, now the formula is automatically changed. Before it was B2 and D2, now it is B3 and C3. So in the relative address, the Excel will automatically change the cell address. It is based upon you when you will move the data from one place to another place. The address will automatically change. But some of the times we don't want to change this type of data. We don't want to change the cell address. So how it is possible? So that is possible. We have to make the cell as a absolute address. So how to make the cell address absolute? This is with the help of $sign. So whenever we are writing the cell address, at that time we have to put the $sign before the address, then that will be absolute. Suppose now you just see, here I am writing the 9. I want to display the 9th table here as a multiplication. So suppose I am writing equals, then first cell address, that is A2 multiply by 1. So here 9 is coming. But because of the autofill, what will happen when I will do the autofill? Here in the rest of the cells 0, 0, 0 is coming. Why? Because you just see the cell address. Here we have typed A3 and A2 and B2. So here at the A2 what is there? 9. And at the B2 what is there? 1. So that is why multiplication is coming. But here you just see the cell address. A3 and B3 is there. So here at the place of A3 we don't have anything. So that is why 0 multiplied by 2, that is why answer what is coming? 0. So to resolve this problem, here we will type the same formula again with the absolute address. So we will make this cell address as a absolute. Means when you will do the autofill, this cell address will remain as it is. Only this this cell address will be changed. So how to do this one? First select this cell and then after press the mouse pointer here and put the dollar sign before A and before 2. So now this both will become as a absolute. This will remain as it is, no any change in the cell address. Practically I will show you. Then after multiplication sign and then after select B2. Now press enter. Now the 9 is coming and then after you just select the auto fill. See here the table has come. So can you see here the table has already come here. And see the cell address next one. See here $A and 2 means this is as it is, just rest. Next is change, that is B3. Now change here. So here also the first one cell address is as it is, the next one is changed as a B5. Then after B6, B7 like this. So this is called auto fill. Sorry, this is called absolute cell address, means the cell address that you make absolute, that will not change, that will remain as it is and the rest of the data will be changed. So I hope you understood this relative and absolute cell address. Both the address I show you how it will work. So now we will discuss about formatting a cell. So formatting means what? Formatting means some of the changes we will make in our content to make it look more attractive. We can do so many changes, like we can apply colors to a cell, we can add image within a cell, we can add borders to a cell, we can change font style, font color, we can apply different format to our contents, we can change the format of our dates and time, whatever we are writing, we can change the background color, we can change text color. So whatever the changes we are making to make our content more attractive, that is known as a formatting. How to do this one and what is the tools we have to do the formatting, that we are going to see now. First we will see in our textbook, means in our Kelsey program what we have. We have formatting toolbar with the labels that you can see here. Formatting toolbar special we have in our Kelsey program. And here in Excel we have home tab, and in the home tab we have all the formatting options that we need to format our text. So here first we will see the Kelsey program, and in Kelsey we will see the what we have. So one by one all the options we will see here. So text, apply style, font size, bold, italic, underline, alignments, merge selected cells. So this is the most important facility, students, and that I am going to show you now. If you wants to merge the cells, so first you select the series of cells that you wants to merge, and then after you just go here we have merge and center option, so you just click on it. So now you can see here all the cells are merged as a single cell and our content is displayed at the center of the screen. Now we will discuss the rest of the options, that is bold, it is already there, then italic, underline, increase font size, you can increase the font size. Then after here you may apply the border, so thick border out of the box. Then after for the changes you may change the line color also. According to your wish you can apply any line color to the border. And you can go here for the more borders option, and here the dialog box is there, you can see you can change the color from here. You can select any color according to your wish, and then after select the option from here where you want to apply this border, so to the box, and then after okay, so that will be applied over here. Then after you can change the text color, so any text color you can set according to your wish. Then after alignment, by default it is the center, then after left, center, right, the top, any alignment you can set according to your wish. Then after this is the indentation. So increase indent means it will go to the right side, and decrease indent means it will go to the left side. By default set it at the center. So these are the options that we can change here. Then after, change the background color. If you want to change the background color of a cell, that is also possible. So these are the changes we made to our one particular cell. So that is called the formatting of a cell that you can do according to your wish. So this is about the text. Now the next is about number format. So you can change the number format also. Here you can see so many numbers are typed by us. So you can change the appearance or effect of the numbers according to your wish. So all the basic options are already visible there, but if you want to see the more options, then you can open this dialog box from here. So first we will see the basic options, and I will show you the dialog box also that is available here. Format cells number. That dialog box will be visible over here. So the same dialog box we have here. So from that you just select the number, then after currency. See, the same dialog box is visible over here. So some of the changes you can make over here. See, the decimal places, the leading zeros, the negative numbers red, the thousands separators, then after the which category, number, currency, what you want to apply there, that you may select from here. So all the default options we already have here, you can see. So first you just select any number, and then you can see so many types are available here. If you want to set at the time, then you can click on a time. If you want to set as a percentage, then after first click on a currency, then rupees will be typed there. Then after, if you want to display as a percentage, then percentage sign will also be there. Change the type as a number and general. So 9 will come. Then after, how many decimal places, increase and decrease. So first you can increase the how many numbers or number of zeros you want after a decimal number, and if you want to decrease it, then you can decrease it. So this is the formatting relevant to the number, which if you want to display the date, then date also you can change. See, long date, short date, two option you have. So according to that you can do anything. If you want to display the fraction number, then select from here. If you want to display the number in the scientific form, then it will be displayed in a scientific form. So according to your wish, you can change the number settings also. So that this is the formatting about the numbers. So this is the formatting we discussed according to our Kelsey program and according to our Excel. See, in the Kelsey also the same is there, format cells dialog box, and here also we have the format cells dialog box. How the dialog box will open in a Excel program? See, you have to click on this button. This is called the dialog box launcher. All the basic functionalities we already have in the short icons, in the small icons, but if you want to see the more features, then you can open the dialog box from the dialog box launcher. But some of the similarity is there and some of the changes are also there. If you select the currency, then based on that will come accounting, then this. So most of the text also we have. Then alignment options you can change from here, font options you can change from here, border settings you can do from here, that we already did. Then after field color you can change from here. So like this, the changes you can do according to your wish. So I hope you understood this one. So students, now we will discuss data sorting and filtering. So first we will see data sorting. Sorting means what? Sorting means arrangement of particular information in a particular order. So two orders we have. One is a ascending and second is a descending. Ascending means small to big, and descending means big to small. You can arrange all the things in order. You can arrange the text also in alphabetic order, means in A to Z form, and if numbers are there, then that will be ordered in the increasing or in the decreasing manner in the form of ascending and descending. Here how to do this one? First we will see that in the Kelsey we can do the sorting with the help of, first we will do the sorting based on this total. So we wants to identify, see now you can see the data is written in the number form and total is written of all the students. Now I want to see that which students scored the highest mark, then I have to do the sorting on which field, on a total field. And if I will do the sorting in a descending manner, then only I can identify that who scored the highest mark. So this is possible through the formatting bar. Here you can see the two buttons we have already, the sorting buttons, that is A to Z and Z to A. The same thing we have in Excel. In a home tab we have, see, sort and filter. So when you will click on the sort and filter, you will get that option, that is sort smallest to largest and sort largest to smallest. And here we have on a formatting toolbar. The next option is how to do the formatting, that is with the help of data and sort group. So here also we have data. So go to the data tab, and here also we have sort and filter group. So from there also we can do the formatting. So now the table whatever is written here, the same table I have typed in my computer screen also. This is the screen of Kelsey and this is the screen of Excel. The same data is written. Now we are in also in a data tab and in the sort and filter group. So now first you just select the total, means this field we want to arrange. In which manner? In ascending, in A to Z? No, in a descending, means small to big to small. So select this one, and now you can see the data has been arranged over here in a descending manner. And according to this data will also be changed. See, we just made the changes in the total column, but based on the total column, the Ria who scored the first rank, that is Rita. So that rank, the whole data came to the first place, and here instead of 1, which number came? Third number. So whenever we are doing the sorting operations on a particular field, but it will affect our whole table. So you can see this was the actual table before, and now the table looks like this after sorting. So this is about sorting, the arrangement of data in a particular order. Now next thing we will see here, that we can apply the sorting to the multiple levels. So just to apply the sorting to multiple levels, how to do that thing? So for that we will discuss the another example. So means on a 2 levels you can do the sorting operation here. So the table is written here, the same table is written in my computer also. Here we have a name of a student, the location where they studied, and their marks are written over here. So we have to do the sorting. Now we want to do the sorting based on the location first. Means you can see here so many names are there. Ahmedabad, 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 3 times are coming. So I want to arrange this location based on the alphabetic order. So all the names of the city will come in a proper manner. So to do that one, and then after I want to arrange all the marks in a ascending order. So in the 2 ways I want to do the sorting. First sort by based on the location, and then next sort is based on the marks. So multiple levels of sorting is also possible. For that you have to click on a sort button, and here we have the select data and sort, then after first name as a ascending. So first we will go here. Now this sort dialog box will be open. The same dialog box you will get here also. See, the same dialog box is here, sort dialog box. Here also the sort, but the look is different, but the name or the use is same only. Here 2 levels we want to add. So here we have add level button. So when you will click on add level, so here you can see first one is the sort by, and then is a then by. So 2 we have. Third one if you want to add, so third one also you can add. So first it will perform the best sorting based on the location, then next is based on the marks, and the next is based on the name if you want to specify. So first in the sort by, select the field that is location. Sort on which you want to perform the sorting, that is on a values, and in which form you want to arrange it in a ascending manner, A to Z. So the same thing is selected over here, you can see. Then after in the then by, select the marks field, and then after values only and smallest to larger. In the ascending only we want. Then after click on a OK button. So first we have to select the column. Then after sorting the values, location, A to Z, add level, marks and OK. So remember students, you have to first select your data based on which you want to perform the selection. If the data is not selected by you, then this type of error will come. Now you just observe our output and your textbook output. See, just both are a similar form. First, it has been arranged in the alphabetic order of a location. So you can see here, first all the Ahmedabad came together, then after Anand, then after Baroda, Gandhinagar, Vallabh Vidyanagar, like this. And then after next is a marks. Now you just see marks are also arranged in a sorting manner in the ascending, that is 70, 105, 115 like this. So this is called data sorting based on the multiple levels. Now we will see the data filtering. So how to filter the data? So for that, the data group only we have and filter. So when you will click on the filter, it will give you the drop down list. Here what is the use of filter, students? Filter helps us to remove all the unnecessary data from your table, and it will show you only those data that you want to see at the time. So suppose I want to see the record of or the details of Babita only. So I will click on the drop down button here, and then after first you just select all, means all the fields now in a deselect manner. Now whose record I want to see, that is Babita. So first I will find it out the Babita, and then after OK. So now you can see here that for the temporary, all the data has been in a hidden form, and I can see only the data of a Babita. Means Babita belongs to the location, that is Anand, and she scored mark, that is 90. So like this, filtering helps us to remove all the unwanted data for a temporary time, and then you can see the record that you want to see at a time. Now again select all and click on a OK. So this is called the filtering. And if we will see the filtering over here, then here we have the data and filter, and in the filter three options we have, that is auto filter, standard filter and advanced filter. So when you will click on the auto filter, it will display just like this drop down box to your field names. So just beside the field names, this drop down box will be visible. Then after you can perform the sorting according to you can see over here. Then after you want to see that the records that is belongs to the Ahmedabad only. So select the Ahmedabad and OK. So now the three students only belongs to the Ahmedabad, then that three students record you can see over here. So like this you can do the sorting here. So the same thing is here, the sorting according to the Kelsey. So I hope you understood sorting and filtering options over here. So now students, we will discuss about data validation. Validation means what? Whether the data is valid or not. We will check its validity. Means if the data is suitable for the cell or not. If that is not correct, then user are not supposed to enter that data into the cell. We have to stop that. So that is called data validity. Means it will check the correctness of your information. If the information is correct, then only it will be available, or you can write it down it in a cell. Otherwise this program will stop you to write it down that data, and it will show you the message that this some of the things are wrong there from your side. So first in the Kelsey we will see that we have the data tab. So go to the data menu and select validity option, and then what will be open there? Validity dialog box that you can see over here. So the same thing we will discuss here. Go to the data tab, and here you can see the screen is minimized by me, that is why the validity is not visible, but that is in the data tools, and here this is the option that is data validation. When you will put the mouse pointer over there, it will show you the name that is data validation, or either you can increase the size, and here you can see the data validation. So just here select the cell range, and then after go to the validation option, data validation, and select data validation. Here it will show you the data validation dialog box. First go to the settings, and here allow any value not, but only decimal value, full value, that is the data between. So here you have to write it down the minimum number, that means the marks must be between 1 to 100. User are not supposed to enter or 0 to 100, not in a minus or not more than 100. So that is 0 to 100. Then after next go to the next step, that is input message. So in the input message you just type the title, that is error alert, and message give here that enter value between 1 to 100, and then after error alert. So show the error alert then when the mouse pointer is there, and OK. So now you can see here the error alert is visible within this cell. So what is the error alert? That is enter value between 1 to 100. So this message will help the users to see that they have to put the values between 1 to 100. Now suppose I am trying to enter here 200 and try to go in a next cell. See, it will show you the error message. The value you entered is not valid. So here you have to enter the value again. So go to the retry, and now enter the value 90, and then move to the next cell. So you can move in the next cell very easily. But in each and every cell, the error alert, the message will be there. When you will go to the next cell, that is not visible. Why? Because that is not restricted by us. In the marks field only we put the restriction. That is why the marks field, this error alert message is coming. So that is called data validation. So students, whenever we are applying validation on a particular cells, you have to remember that if you will select the cell and if you will clear the contents, or if you will delete all the things, then the validation you have applied on a cell, that also will be removed along with your content and with your information. So remember these things about the data validation. Now the next concept is find and replace. So find means to find it out particular word from the information and to replace it with a new word. So here this thing we can do with the help of, in the Kelsey we can do it with the edit menu and find and replace option. And here we have that option in a sort and filter in an editing group. So select find and select. Just click on a drop down button and click on a replace. It will open a find and replace dialog box. In the find what, you find it out the word. I want to replace Baroda with the Vadodara. So how it is written there, the same as you just write it down in the find what you wants to find without any mistake. And then after in the replace with means what you wants to replace, with which word you wants to replace that word, that is Vadodara. Now you just click on a find all button and click on a replace. So now you can see here that the Baroda word has been replaced as a Vadodara. So like this you can use the find and replace facility of this. Now next is a printing. So printing, when you want to print the content, printing plays very important role here, because you can see here, I will open in a full mode, that is you can see the how many rows and columns we have in a sheet. So this all the cells can't be fit in a single paper. So whenever we want to print, we have to do the setup with the page. So for that we have to see some of the options that is available here. That options are different in our Kelsey program and in our Excel program. So both the things we will see first. So for that, here we will see here that we have file and page preview option. In which program? In a Kelsey program. Go to the file menu and go to the page preview. Then it will show you the preview bar that is visible over here. So in the preview bar you can see that in the 8 group it has been divided, that is turning of pages, jump to the last page. Second one is then third one is zoom tool. Fourth one is a full screen preview. Fifth one is a format page that helps us to do the formatting, and it will lead you to the dialog box for the page formatting. And then after here that will visible the margins, so how much space you want to keep aside the pages. Then after 7th is the scaling, and the last one is the close preview. So this type of preview bar specially visible to format your page here in a Kelsey. But here we have in the page layout tab. So in the page layout we have to go before printing our page. So go to the page layout, and here page setup group is there, and you just click on this dialog box launcher. So here the page setup group is there, that is the page setup, and here we have option that is, you can see here, that is the file and page preview. Then which dialog box will open, that is format page. So from the format page you have to select the page option, and it will display the page style dialog box. So page style dialog box is there, and here we have the page setup dialog box. So here first one is the orientation, which orientation you will prefer, portrait or landscape. Then after the normal size is adjust to which one. Then after fit to one pages only as a at a time. Then after paper size is a A4 only we will select, and then after this print quality and all the things. Then after margins, so here you can set the margins, means how much space you want to keep on the top, bottom, left and right side of the page. Then after here the changes you can make just by clicking on it, but here we are not changing anything. I will just keep all the things as it is. Then the next option is a header and footer. So here in the header and footer, to set the header and footer we have to set it. So this option is here, see, header and footer. So we have to click on a custom header footer option. Then this 3 sections will be divided over here, that is left section, center area and right section. So the same thing you can see over here. So here you can write down anything in the left section according to your wish. So I am writing just page number 1 on the left section. In the center section I will type my chapter name, that is chapter 6, editing and formatting in Kelsey. So this is chapter 6, and in the right section I will write it down the today's date. So these things you may type also, and you may write it down manually also. So here also you can see here that the date option is there. So when you will click on date, the date will be automatically inserted from there. But I am typing the today's date manually. So that is 10/9/2020. Then either you may insert the time also according to your wish. So this is our content, and here I want to provide some of the formatting. So I will increase the font size, I will change the font color, and bold effect I will apply that. And so these are the things I have done there with the font. And here I want to set the Times New Roman, so I will find it out that one. Calcaribri is okay. Then after click on a OK. So these are the changes I have made, and just OK. So this is about header. Then in the footer you can see I have already written my name. Again you have to go to the custom footer. The same sections will be visible: left section, center section, right section. Here I have written prepared by my name and our school name. And then after OK. Then after the sheet options we have. So in the sheet options, see here also the same option is there, that is the sheet option. Column and row headers. Then after grid lines, see the columns and row headers we want to keep. So headings we want, that is why that check mark will be there. Grid lines we want, so that is also checked. Then whatever you don't know, if you want to write down any comments, then that you may write it down here. So these are the changes will be there like this. The paper order will be there. Then at the last you can see the print preview. So this is the print preview. You can see over here. I will open in the maximize form. See, this is the print preview of your document. So like this the data will be visible. This is the header and this is our footer, along with the header and footer, and whatever the formatting we applied there, that is visible over here. So now you can close the print preview, then you will come back to your original mode. So print preview will show you the actual view, then how it will be printed on a paper. So like this, the same thing is there, just the dialog box and the some settings is different. But remember, we have to remember all the things that is available in a Kelsey. So columns, all the things, all the options that are written here: format and page, file, page preview, format page, sheet tab, all the things that you have to written here, that you have to remember. So this is about that one. Then after modifying the page breaks, so that I will show you. See, here we have the 3 modes button. So you can see here. Now we will discuss here. So this is our normal view. This is our page layout view. So in page 1, page 2, like this, 2 pages you can see together. And last one is our print preview. So this is our print preview. And here this blue line you can drag it according to your wish. So like this. So if you want to remove, just stretch it inside with the drag and drop operation of your mouse. Don't release your mouse button. See, just drag it and consider this column, and then after this. So now this one is ready, and again come back to your normal view. And in a sheet 2 we have our content. So this is our content. So before printing it, you have to go in a home, and you can go to this button, office button, and you can print and print preview. Then the preview will be visible over here, that we have already seen. So this is our print preview, and like this you have to print the content. And then after we will see now what is the balance things. The header footer I have already shown you. This all the things we have discussed. Now last one thing is getting help in a Kelsey. So how to get the help? We already have one. Go to the help and open openoffice.org help. So this will show you, or this will show you the online manual that is always visible or available with the software. So this online manual, and when you will get the help, it will show you this type of things or this type of screen on your computer. And the shortcut key is to get help, that is F1 function key. So now we are going to conclude our chapter number 6, editing and formatting in a Kelsey. I hope you understood all the things well.